Welcome to DesignerDigitals Tip of the Week, May 7th, 2011. This week, Tricks with Text Series number 8, Selectively Filling Type with Pattern Paper in Photoshop and Elements. This week's tip is a fun way to combine the pattern paper you love with the fonts you've collected. The 8th in our Tips with Text series, this technique will help you get more from your digital supplies. Begin by opening a new document or a digital scrapbook page in Photoshop or Elements. Get the horizontal type tool and then choose a font name, style, size, and color here in the options bar across the top of the editing window. A loopy font or a font with open spaces works best for this technique. I'm using Peach Sundress, but DC Madison Journal and Army Hollow Wide were used for the other samples, and they're all free downloads. Click on the document and type out your title, and then drag it into place. Confirm the text by clicking the check mark. In the full version of Photoshop, it will be here in the options bar, and in Photoshop Elements, the check mark will appear underneath your title. Make a copy of your layer by selecting the layer and pressing Ctrl-J or on a Mac system Command-J on your keyboard. Now you'll have two copies of the title, one on top of the other. Hide the bottom title layer by clicking the layer visibility icon on the left side of the type layer. It looks like an eyeball. You'll only need this layer if you ever want to go back and change your title later, so it doesn't need to be visible at this point. Rasterize or simplify the top title layer by selecting the layer and choosing Layer, Rasterize, Type, or Layer Simplify Layer in Photoshop Elements. Select the sections of the title that you'd like to fill with pattern paper by getting the Magic Wand tool. In the Options bar, click the Add to Selection icon and make sure that Contiguous is checked. Zoom in, I'm pressing Control plus, or on a Mac system that's Command plus, to zoom in on the title, and then click inside each of the sections that you'd like to fill with pattern paper. Because Add to Selection was chosen in the Options bar, it will select each of the selections as we click them. When you've made all of your selections, make a new layer by clicking the Create a New Layer icon in the Layers panel. This will put a new transparent layer above your title layer. Next, choose Edit, Fill. This opens the Fill dialog box. Untick Preserve Transparency and choose Black for the contents, and click OK. This will fill the marching ants with black, creating a layer that you can use as a clipping mask for your pattern paper. Press Ctrl-D or on a Mac system Command-D on the keyboard to remove the marching ant. Finish by opening a piece of pattern paper and use the Move tool to drag it onto your document. Position the paper one space above the layer that you just filled with black. Hold the Alt key or on a Mac system the Option key and position your cursor between the pattern paper layer and the layer you filled with black. When the cursor changes to a double circle arrow, click. The open spaces of your letters will be filled with pattern paper. This is a fun way to embellish your title, get more from your digital scrapbook supplies, and create a coordinated page. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check back next week for another Photoshop or Elements Tip of the Week.